Today's video is all about how to be the best parent you can be by parenting with the end in mind. I'm Cherie Fogarty, founder of the Have a Gratitude Blueprint and the Best Life Blueprint for busy families, and author of How to Get Happier, More Grateful Children in Just 21 Days, no matter how busy you are or your family is. So what do I mean by parenting with the end in mind, and how is that going to make you a great parent? Well, think about this for a minute. If you work for a company or an organization, or every school, college, they all have mission statements. They all have an end in mind. They all have something they're working towards, right? I mean, if they didn't, they would just kind of be going day by day, right? So they have mission statements. They have values and priorities and goals. But as parents, being a parent is one of the most important jobs, if not the most important job in the world. What we do, what we teach our children, and the values we impart are doing nothing short of shaping the future of the world. Because our children are the future, the world that we are going to live in and that they're going to live in, and that our future grandchildren are going to live in, is shaped by what we teach our children as parents now, today. So most of us, however, are going day to day. We don't look at parenting the same way we look at running a company. We may have an idea clearly of what's important to us, what our family values are, where we're going, but we haven't made a parenting plan, so to speak. We haven't put all of that thinking into action, into a concrete plan that we can use on a daily basis. So that plan is a topic for another time, but it goes hand in hand with parenting with the end in mind. So what do I mean specifically by that? Everything I do as a parent is based on a quote that you've probably heard me talk about before, and that I paraphrase from Gautier, and it's been attributed to other people as well, but the paraphrased version is, there are only two lasting bequests we can give our children. One is roots, the other wings. So the wings portion is what I mean by parenting with the end in mind. To get them, what is our goal as a parent? What is the end result we want for our children? For me, I want my children to live meaningful and purposeful lives filled with love, happiness, and fulfillment, to have everything they want to have, be everything they want to do, be everything they want to be, and do everything they want to do based on what's most important to them, and continue growing as people and as human beings. I call that living their best lives, designing, creating, and living their best lives. What it means for you is different. You know, you can take that definition and use it as a framework, or you can make up your own. But that's what I do for everything. That to me is the wings, so that my kids can soar, that's my end result, so that when I'm 90 or 100, however old I am, I can look back and say, I inspired, motivated, and empowered my children to create, design, create, and live their best lives. Bumps along the way, mistakes and failures, bad parenting days and moments aside, I always have that end result in mind. Now, how I get there is the roots part, is through the best life lessons and character development, and all of the things that I've taught my children for years and continue to teach them. So there's a lot in between there, but I always parent with the end in mind, what end result I want. I want independent, capable children with self-esteem and self-confidence that are resilient and determined and dream big and live boldly and reach for the stars and can take chances and be okay with mistakes and failures and learn from them and do better the next time, who have humility, who have wisdom, who have personal responsibility for themselves and their choices, who have integrity, and who are grateful, first and foremost, who are grateful and appreciative each and every day, as much as possible, who have love in their lives. They love what they do and they do what they love, and that they have meaningful connections with others, that they're good citizens, that they know and use and understand the power of positive thinking, that they also, while they live boldly, know how to be present, that they go with the flow, but that they also, live with passion. All of these lessons and more are what I teach my children. So no matter what else is going on, and this is how it helps you be a good parent, because A, you're teaching your children what's most important, and you're doing it consciously, because you have two choices as a parent. You can let the crazy busyness of everyday life, and believe me, I'm as busy, if not busier than anyone I know, and so are my kids, right? We're all busy, I get it. That's one of the biggest obstacles to good parenting nowadays, is just being so busy, so stressed, so overwhelmed, having information overload, because not even knowing what to do or where to start. Those are all obstacles to teaching these things to our children. I get it. I'm a real mom in the real world, just like you. I have 4 very busy children and I have a very busy life of my own. But because before my children were born, I started parenting with the end in mind, that no matter what else is going on, I make sure that I'm teaching these best life lessons each and every opportunity I get, and that I'm finding opportunities to teach them. Are some days better than others? Absolutely. Are some days really not great? Of course, that's the real world. Am I always a good parent? No, I don't know anyone who is, except maybe my mom. My mom was like the best mother ever. I can't imagine a better mom, and because I was nothing like her as a person, I decided I'd teach this to my children this way. But you know, that's just not the real world. You know, we have ups and downs as parents. Our kids have ups and downs. But I'll tell you what, because I always parent with the end in mind, and because I know I'm teaching my kids what's most important, even on those bad days that I roll my head at, you know, and fortunately they're fewer and farther between now as they've gotten older and I've gotten calmer and I've grown as a person and as a parent. But you know, even on those bad days, they were okay, because I knew in the end the good, what I was teaching my kids, far outweighed the bad, or those bad days, or those bad moments. And so when you're parenting with the end in mind, when you know you're teaching them what's most important, you can stay the course, that you don't get as frustrated, and that also you're able to prioritize things. Because honestly, with everything we have going on today and our kids have going on, it's not bringing most of us much happiness. It's bringing us stress and overwhelm, and so it's bringing that to our children as well. So the other thing with parenting with the end in mind, if you have your goals, your values, your priorities, you can weigh each decision based on that, right? That's what companies do. Is it in line with our mission, with our overall purpose? If it isn't, they don't do it usually, right? If it's not in their best interest or their shareholders or clients' best interest, they don't do it. Well, our children are our best interest. So we need to be weighing some of these decisions, some of these things we keep adding to our already too long to-do list against the end result, parenting with the end in mind. Are these going to help us teach our children to design, create, and live their best lives? Is it helping us design, create, and live our best lives? Or is it just adding stress and overwhelm? Now, the answer to those questions is unique to you and your children as it is to me and to mine. I'm not telling you what the answer is. I'm just saying you need to start thinking about that. And we have other resources and videos on that as well, on how to do that. But when you parent with the end in mind, it makes it much easier to say no to things that aren't in line with that. Yes, as I always say, dinner, dishes, and driving need to get done. There are things that just need to get done in the busyness of life. Yes, even though I'm so opposed to graduation from preschool, kindergarten, 5th grade, and 8th grade, I'd rather it just be like when we were growing up, high school and college and law school. Yeah, I worked really hard in law school, and you know what? I was proud of that graduation, but you know what? My family lived across the coast and couldn't come because they didn't have the money, and that was okay because I did it for me anyway. But even though I'm opposed to all of those graduations and celebrating those, I get it. I'm gonna go because I'm not gonna be the mom who doesn't show up. And there's a whole video on why I think those are a bad idea, by the way. But again, that's where we are as a society. That's what people have decided is important. So we make those choices at that point. So the bottom line is, though, that when you parent with the end in mind, it's much easier to make decisions on a daily basis, to get rid of some of the stress and the overwhelm, because you can weigh them against the end result you're looking for. Just like a company weighs its decisions against its mission statement, you can weigh decisions you make, and you can help your children learn to do this with decisions they make. You can weigh it against the end result, your mission that you're going for as a parent. So that's why parenting with the end in mind helps you be the best parent you can be. That's it. Thank you as always for watching. If you want more tips, tools, ideas, and resources on this topic and others, including all of the best life lessons and character development we need to teach our children in order to create their best lives possible, part of the parenting with the end in mind and having a parenting plan, check out the links below because we're always adding new things. And also be sure to go over to SherieFogarty.com after the episode if you're not already there, and sign up for email updates so you get all the scoop, all the information, and everything we come up with. And of course, always leave your comments. And if you liked this video and found it helpful, please share it with your mom or dad network so we can all start parenting with the end in mind. Thank you so much for watching, for being a mom or dad, and for everything you do each and every day to be the best one you can be. It's a hard job, but it's also one of the most important, and I honor you for your commitment to being the best parent you can be. And as always, remember, we can have happy and more grateful children, we can be happier and more grateful ourselves, and we can teach our children to create their best lives while we start creating ours. and we can and we are changing the world, one child and one family at a time, starting with our own. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.